my gas strut. Here it is. In the end I decided to go for a 180 Newton single strut rather than two, partly because it's a little bit cheaper to buy just one, obviously, and partly kind of if I got this wrong, I've bought two potentially that were the wrong one, whereas this way I've only potentially bought one that was the wrong one. So that's just a way of minimising the risk, I suppose, of getting it wrong. But anyway, here it is. It's got a diddy little thing, quite short, and I got that from gasspringshop.co.uk, where they have a configurator for length and strength and diameter and things like that. And this actually cost me, with delivery, 41 quid. I mean, it's probably a bit on the pricey side, to be honest, but it'll be good and it'll be worth it if it works. So yeah, some of that was the postage. It arrived double quick time, I can tell you. I think my order, not sure if I ordered this yesterday, which is Monday, or Sunday. Anyway, today's Tuesday lunchtime and it's here. Amazingly fast service. So what I need to do is, I'm moving you down, to fit this strut in here where the rope was previously attached. Let's see if I can move you down even lower. Right, here we are. It's a little bit dark in here, but there is a piece of angle going front to back which the hinge part actually hinges onto. So I shall drill a hole in that, and I shall drill a hole in this as well. It's a bit of a pity I've got so many speed holes in it already, but I think I can manage with that. So the gas strut will attach somewhere back there, and it will fit onto the hinge arm somewhere about here. So put that on and see if it works. At least there's only two holes to drill. Right, so I've attached my gas strut to the hinge, and I think I will say this is my Mark 1 version. So I'm going to put you down in the boot while I operate it. So here it is. That's the gas strut. It's attached roughly where the rope previously was attached. It's attached also back here, obviously, and it's holding the boot up. Brilliant, you might say. But what happens when I put the boot lid down? And the answer, oops, it doesn't close. There's not enough throw on the gas strut. It's just fine at the top of its reach. Opens just the right amount. So I have a problem. Now, I have a couple of possible solutions. Obviously, I could move the mounting point here. I could move it backwards, which would help the thing go down further, but then it wouldn't go up as much. So that kind of partly defeats the object. So according to my on paper calculations, quite likely what I need to do is to move the mounting point here on the hinge arm further up, and because this point here rotates around a circle, so this as the hinge goes down, this goes round an arc with the pivot at the centre. If I move it to the next point inwards, then the diameter of that circle gets smaller, and therefore the difference between fully up, which is here, and fully down, which is down there, is reduced. So according to some on paper calculations, if I move this here to here and also move this here back there, I might get closer to what I'm looking for. So here's hoping. So I'm going to have to take the thing apart now, drill an extra hole on this webbing piece, and another hole further back there. Oh, there's one other consideration, of course, which is because of the power of this strut is set at 180 newtons. I wonder if it will be strong enough, because the leverage that the weight of the boot lid has around this pivot point, if I mount it here, because this distance is now shorter, this will have more leverage than it has at the moment. So it's possible the gas strut won't be strong enough. And obviously this departs from my testing which I previously did, which had the rope fixed around about here. But hey, I've got this strut already. I could buy another one. I may still have to buy another one, but at very least I'm going to try this one. If it turns out not to be strong enough, but everything else is okay, then I might sort of shrug my shoulders and kind of say, oh well, I'll get one that's 20% stronger, whatever that thing is, probably 200 newtons rather than 180 newtons, something like that. But anyway, let's not go there just yet, because the strength required to hold the boot lid up, as we saw, is actually less than the strength required to lift the boot lid up from its resting position. And really all we're interested in is the ability to stay up with a bit of wind on it. And clearly there's a fair amount of resistance, therefore maybe a little bit of reduction of that strength, it will be okay and it will still stay up. But anyway, there's only one way to find out. Drill a hole and drill another hole. Let's see. Right, so I have re-drilled the hole in the operating arm, or the hinge arm, further up, and it's further back, of course. Not only is it further back, it's also closer to the pivot point, and so I need to drill another hole way back there. Well, the amount of opening of the boot at this moment is okay, I think. So I shall just put another hole up there, and that might give me what I want. Let's see. Okay, so the gas strut is now fixed in a different place. Let's see if it stays up when I take my temporary prop away. Here it is. Well, it's up. And it goes down. Well, let's see about that then. So I'm going to put you back up. Okay, so the boot lid is indeed up. Now, I have said before that because of the increased leverage over the gas strut compared to how it was selected, shall we say, it's likely to be a bit weak. And I guess you could say yes, it is a bit weak. But the good news is this strut at least it fits in terms of it goes fully up and it goes fully down. Just a pity that it's a little bit on the weak side. It's still kind of inclined to let the lid kind of fall down. Gets to this point, yeah, and at that point it starts to fall. So yeah, I think the diagnosis is that it needs to be a bit stronger, and that's because of the way that it's had to be attached in terms of the fully compressed length compared to the fully extended length, which is a little bit of a pity. There's plenty of other strengths available. I could go up I think this is 180. I could easily go up to 200, maybe no, whatever the next size is, 210 maybe. Maybe I will, but perhaps even more important than the strength is actually whether the thing actually fits the hinge operation, which it seems to do. Let's put you in there again. I might have to check the action on replay to check that it really does do or makes a good kind of operation. And one thing I have just literally noticed is because this is threaded just here, there is actually some fine adjustment to the possibly to the fully up position, and also this mounting bolt is actually a little bit loose, could do with a nut on it, which it hasn't got at the moment. This is threaded in here because this hinge is actually quite thick. I could have got a slightly thicker or longer thread here, but in the end I decided to thread the actual thing into the arm instead. So, but this is obviously a lot thinner. It could benefit from a nut, where it will benefit from a nut, although I can feel it's a little bit close to the mounting bolt. God, these details, eh? Getting that exactly right. But anyway, let's do the recording of the lid coming completely down. Yeah, I was actually able to look through and see that because I've got an access hole here, and that looked like it got about 5mm spare. I guess that's okay, to be honest. So it's making full use of the operating range of the gas ram there, which is ideal really. There's a possibility I could raise the upwards position a little bit if I want to, and that's fine as well. The only question mark is over the strength, and yeah, that'll be another 45 quid or something to get a slightly stronger one. And it's annoying actually, I did all the rope measurements, rope pulling measurements here, whereas the actual operation is here. So that is, I don't know, yeah, it could be maybe 30% stronger. That's Jessica barking in the background again. So logically, or perhaps should have a 30% stronger spring gas ram, that is. But I'm glad I didn't buy, or I could buy another one the same actually. I did originally have the intention to have two, of course. That would certainly sort it out. Yeah, well that's another option I have. I could buy another one like this to give it a little bit extra strength that way, or I could get a stronger one. But anyway, I think the point here is proven. The basic idea of having a gas ram supported boot hinge is absolutely shown at this point. Right, my new gas strut has turned up, and so I'll swap it over. Here's the 180 Newton strut, which looks remarkably similar in size, but it's got a label on, so this is 240. So yeah, that unscrews there. So I bought that without the end on it to keep the rather wasteful purchase of the wrong thing to a minimum. So I unscrew, which is considerably easier than doing the whole fitment through the threaded. Although this one under there really could do with a nut on it, to be fair. Or a threaded bracket with a welded thing or something, but anyway, this will certainly be enough to show how strong the strut actually is. So I'll take away my temporary prop. So I'll move you over, get the full effect. So this is, I'm being the wind now. The boot lid is up. It'd be some wind, I think, that would push that down. Yeah, it's actually, it stays in place. There we go. That'll certainly be enough to prevent any problems with fingers, particularly small fingers, being trapped in the boot. There we go. So that's the gas strut supported alternative boot hinge for the Gilburn Invader sub project completed. Lovely.